hostel there are about 80 children, all of sex workers and from other marginalized communities who stay there and who attend the local government school. This is the success again. In that government school, they never create any problems, and they willingly accept all children of sex workers because that is a co-educational school. So both boys and girls, they can go there. This is the residential home, and we have the football team practicing over there only. Durbar also organized some open melas or fairs. This is a way to of advocacy as well as to reach out to the mainstream societies. So we did a number of melas from 2001 to and all these things, of which there was one which was on in 2012. We had the International AIDS Conference at Washington, D.C. In Washington, they did not give visa to any woman who was a sex worker, to any transgender, or to a male sex worker. So in Calcutta, Durbar only organized a parallel international AIDS conference in Kolkata, and it was attended by participants from 140 countries, all sex workers, transgenders, and male sex workers. This is again one of the, you can see it was a success of the organization. We also have a research and training unit where we have conducted around 20 researches till date, and a number of papers have been published through this organization. We give, on average, there are about 120 interns who get placement in Shunagachi because mainly we have people coming from UCLA, University of Manchester and other such universities during their summer period, and they stay about a month or 6 weeks and they do some internship over here. Along with the sex workers, we are working with the domestic and construction workers in one particular area in North Kolkata. Of course, we are giving training, we have arranged educational things for the children, as well as training on legal aspects and other aspects for these domestic and construction workers. We have all, there is a place called in Mednipur, which is one of the districts in West Bengal. In the year 2004, there were 5 persons who died because they did not get any food. So we started working over there. This community is called a Shobot community, and at present, at that time, they ate what we called was the eggs of the ant. They did not get any rice, nothing, just with that, but they could not live longer. So we started working over there, and at present, again we have formed a group over there, and we have regular health camps at monthly intervals for these people. There is a second issue is, again, there is one particular folk group in Purulia, which is called the Nachnis. This folk group you won't find now, but it's there, but you won't find it like in a general place. The problem is, previously, whenever one Nachni is a woman who died, she was neither burned nor, means there was no way of cremation of that woman, and what they did was they took her on the top of the hill and just threw off the dead body to be eaten by the vultures and all this. That was being followed. But now, again, with Durbar working with it, Nachni has been recognized by the government of West Bengal, and at present, all the rituals are being done after dying on this. Now, what we are working with, we have been able to do some changes among the policymakers, like the repeal of the ITPA, that's the Immoral Trafficking Prevention Act, inclusion of sex work in the list of occupation, and recognition of the Self-Regulatory Board. Self-Regulatory Board is again recognized by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. So this one I've already told you. This is in short about our work and my presentation. Now if you have any questions, please. Yes, please.
So, can you put that success metrics, the slide which you were showing?
Which one?
Data. The success data.
The HIV and all that?
Yes, sir, yes.
Before that, the rates of how many people are unwilling and how many.
This one?
Yes. So I was a bit disturbed by this data because I see that the numbers are increasing throughout the year of even if you look at the number of people who want to continue with the medication. So there were like 3 questions that came in my mind. One, regarding what is the root problem or why do people actually go for this profession? Why is it increasing right now? And has the organization done anything to look at that cause, what the underlying cause would be, or to improve that?
You're from which place?
I'm from Kerala.
Kerala, there is an organization of sex workers, I suppose. Okay, but still forget about it. First is poverty. The problem is, especially in one particular community, see, I would say, when they have 4 or 5 girls, so they have no way to get their girl married off. There is someone who comes over here and says, I'll marry your girl, I will give you so much amount of money. So for the parents, some amount of money is helpful. Now these girls from, especially we have a few districts like Murshidabad and all these, this you might not be knowing, but these are where these people are mainly coming from, because this is an easy way of earning money when you are young, when the girls are young. Because as in the very first slide I told you, they do not need any skill, they do not have any education, and this is the way. Secondly, when they come to this place and they stay in a brothel, there's not much problems from the police, because the police face problems more on the clients. So an easy source of income with which they can send back money to their parents and all.
So has the organization been able to do anything in that aspect?
What we generally, as an organization, see, the problem is, as an organization, even as a country's policy, how many people can we give a job?
No, it's not about the job that I'm asking about, but about the awareness or.
Not exactly in that particular area. Okay. Because that maybe is being taken over by the local administration. But we exactly do not, like, go back to Murshidabad and start awareness on these things. What we do is awareness is, if someone has come, okay, be careful, use condoms, so that you do not get any of the disease. And since we are trying to make sex work being recognized as work, as an occupation, as a profession, in that case we cannot go back and say we do not send anyone over there.
And also you talked about counseling the young girls who come to join the place. Yeah, you talked about counseling them if they are above the age of 18 and they are forced, or even if they know that they are here for the profession. So apart from counseling, are there any opportunities for reskilling or anything that the organization?
First one is, those who are above 18, whether they are forced into this. If they are forced, we try to send her back to her home. Done. If they are above 18 and they are willing, our counseling is mainly on, if you are taking up the profession, you have to be careful on these aspects. We have vocational training unit, but these are mainly for the children of sex workers, because they are very much again stigmatized when they go to some other places. So we have these, but for these, again I'm telling you, as our organization, we are giving recognition to this work. So someone joins it, you have to take up the profession in that way. Yes, please.
Apparently there have been a lot of girls that were kidnapped and brought to this Sonagachi place. Do you help finding them again, or
do you
help retrieving the
one thing?
Kidnapped?
They are not kidnapped.
Some are.
We generally use the word trafficked.
Sorry, yeah, trafficked.
Trafficked, okay. It's not kidnapping. So if they are trafficked over here, there's one problem. If, say, me as a girl is being trafficked and you are the trafficker, when we go to the police, both of us are going to be heckled by the police. The local Kolkata police is like that. Did you get my point? You didn't get it. The local police scenario is that, who brought you over here? So bring that man. So that you as the trafficker will be brought over there, and then both are kept in the jail, both will be questioned and all these things, where that woman or that girl and the trafficker both is going to be heckled by the police people. And this is where many of them do not want to get themselves into the clutches of the police, so they generally come to us and we take the steps. Then when they come to directly to Durbar, Durbar has that power to take only that particular trafficker to the police, and the girl, we have various centers, either we can send her back to her home, or we have these child welfare centers and the other women welfare centers where we can send her back over there. Yes.
I have a question concerning your relationship to the government.
Pardon?
The relationship between the organization and the Indian government. Because I mean, you're basically working for an institution or something that is illegal in India. How does the government react to your work?
Sex work is not illegal in India. The thing is, it is, if you mean legal or illegal, like it's stamped, you can do it, it's a professional mark and all these things, okay, it's not recognized like that way. That is why the police, they never come and heckle the sex workers. What they tell them is, you cannot solicit in any areas of your choice, or they heckle the clients. Once they start heckling the clients would not visit the sex workers and they would be financially facing problems. But sex work is not illegal in the country.
Okay, so the government has no issue.
But it's, there are other issues. It's the issue of morality and all these things. Where the government, okay, sex work, in South India, I think the Devadasis, you all know? Devadasis. It's a type of sex work. So that exactly it is not illegal, but the thing is, this clients and all these things, the police makes it more difficult for these sex workers.
There was a question.
Yes, please.
So you talked about the organized manner of how a bigger power will try to get some people and then force them into this role. So generally, so in the data that you have shown,
Yeah.
willing people number is like decreasing. Are they told to say that okay, we are willing to join this by the bosses who correct some people from villages?
No, this trafficking is generally one-to-one. Generally one trafficker brings one girl. But there are other people who comes over here, say if someone comes over here and she found this profession okay and she's been earning quite a lot. So from her now, her friends in that particular area, in that district, they also come to know and they also come over here and join the profession. It's not that always all the girls are being trafficked over here.
So for the easy money there is making other people also come join this work. So why not stop at the spreading level? Why India is still promoting time?
It's not promoting. Again, when we say it's our organization, this is the thing of our organization. We say we want sex work to be considered as an occupation, as a profession, right? But through a proper, means like with all the safety measures and all, right? The thing is, again, there are people who say that if there had been no brothels, there would have been no brothels, no sex workers. Then it's any general woman who will be raped somewhere or the other. These are people see, they have a notion like this. But we are not exactly against closing this and all. Even the self-regulatory board has been recognized, which is again giving a barrier to children, to women under 18 years or to girls under 18 years. So the Supreme Court of India has also recognized this self-regulatory board, which has been running among the sex workers. So it's not we as an organization. And again, it's the same thing. Money, no skill, it's the easiest way out to make money.
Okay, we are approaching the end. Thank you both of you so much. I think part of the answer which Putin was trying to say is that, you see, if you look at the genesis, there was this huge proliferation of HIV. So that had to be stopped. That's where the organization has started, worked, and it's been a very, very successful project. That's number one. Number two, we need to recognize that education is very fundamental. We talk so much about education, but so many people are not educated. They don't go to schools, or they don't find schools interesting, and there's a huge amount of poverty. So all of these are at the back, and there is also the skilling program. These should be done by other NGOs, so that other NGOs or the government. So these need to be built up for this to reduce. Their work is confined to people once they join this trade, this profession, what you call it, and to try and give them dignity in their work, and to make sure that their children are not compelled beyond their wishes to join it, and they also have a dignified life. Am I right? So that is essentially what they are doing, and they are doing it relatively well. They've mobilized large numbers, as you said, nation, and the success, as he pointed out very correctly, compared to other cities and metros of the country, the HIV prevalence rate is much lower here. So they have actually been successful in that area. What could have happened if these people didn't join the sex trade? That is a far bigger issue, which involves civil society, involves government, involves education, involves, development at the grassroots level, all of those, okay, which is beyond the purview of AMSC. Anyway, thank you very much, Putin, once again. Our next class, remember, we are starting on Monday. Okay, thank you.